My motivation is to create new things. When I create new things and I see them working, for me, it's like creating a baby.
Welcome to 20-Minute Leaders. Just sit back, relax, and learn from the leaders of today. It's a journey. Each one is different, unique, inspiring. Let's get started. This episode is powered by J Ventures, a community-driven VC fund in Silicon Valley, in partnership with Leumi Tech, sponsored by Hippo Insurance, Upwest Labs, Turing, Hillel at Stanford, Leap, and in media partnership with C-Tech. Let's talk about new homeowners and contractors. Meet Haim Carmel, Chief Technology Officer of HomeConnex. From his early days of programming, he was an entrepreneur and a software company owner. He finished computer science bachelor's degree in 1999, and since then he's participated in many big projects for government offices, private sector companies, and even sold one of them to a huge software company in the States. Nowadays, he's the head of R&D department at HomeConnex, a startup that was founded in 2015 as an idea to help to develop the low-tech construction and building market. With great success, they already have thousands of users, and most of the big construction companies in Israel are working with them. Haim Carmel, welcome to 20-Minute Leaders. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm very good. Very excited about this show or podcast. Waiting for...
I don't even know what it is myself. Show, podcast... Whatever it is. Yeah. Haim, where are you calling from?
I'm coming from Jerusalem originally. We are living in Haradar now. I have 4 kids. We have a big house there. I'm very excited to work in my present business called HomeConnex. We are developing and starting a new phase in property tech, and we are excited about it. We will speak about it later, I hope. And,
of course. So, Haim, are you originally from Jerusalem?
Yeah, I was born in Jerusalem, lived about 30 years in Jerusalem, and then I moved to Haradar. It's near Jerusalem, near Mevaseret Zion, if you know where it is. And very quiet and nice place. I like it very much.
Wonderful. So today you're the CTO of HomeConnex. It's in property tech. You're allowing home buyers, apartment buyers from contractors to much more easily deal with the whole system. And you'll elaborate much more in a second on exactly what value you provide to these new apartment owners. But before we get into that, tell me a little bit about your own journey, your own upbringing, and how you got to take part in a role such as the Chief Technology Officer of a startup.
Okay, basically I was an entrepreneur from the beginning. After my bachelor degree in Hadassah College, I started my own company. I started to do different projects for different clients, including websites, including mobile apps. When internet got to be what it is today, we started to make very, very unique mobile projects for many clients, including government offices. And when we were expanding, I decided I no longer want to work on many projects for different clients. I want to do something for myself. And therefore, I found Hanoch, who is the investor in our project. And we decided to start...
Tell me a little bit about that for a second. Okay. I don't want to do projects for a lot of other people. I want to do projects for myself. What is that? It's a simple sentence, but it says a lot. What does that mean for you?
It means usually clients are not very friendly. They want several. They have specification. You must do as they say, and you cannot decide if you want to move this differently or you want to go different ways. You cannot decide whatever you want. You just need to hold to the spec and do it as it is. And I have all the time many ideas and things running in my mind. I want to do differently or do it some other way. So And I was looking for one particular idea that we had to get with it and to do it, to move forward and develop it. And then one day I sat with Hanoch and we spoke about this opportunity that he is building many houses for many clients, and they are looking for some simple way to communicate with contractor, with suppliers, with bank, with everything that is everything that includes about this buying your apartment. And therefore we decided to do something together, and it was very successful and very nice combination.
Tell me a little bit about the journey that you went through as you were just entering this journey. So you're essentially creating a new company with Hanoch, and you're solving what I understand is a pain point that involves people that are purchasing new apartments and the communication with the contractors. Is that right?
Yeah. What we basically try to do is make like a kind of a bank account. When I started this project, I didn't know all the features that we will have and all the options that we need to do in order to make it very simple for apartment buyers to use this app or website. So it started as an idea. We wanted to do like a bank account for people who will have all the documents they need, all the information they need about payments, about index, about what they need to choose. And we had also many buyers from the United States, and they wanted all the time to learn about what they can choose, which kitchen they can choose, with colors, flooring, and doors. And so we started to evolve this app, and then we gave them many options to choose what they want and what they dislike, and if they want refund. So all these options came into like small bank account, and it was very helpful and very useful for apartment buyers. And therefore, as we go along with it, we added new features, and as basically the year went through, now it's like a giant monster. We have many suppliers connected with us, and many companies with payments options, and different many contractors in Israel. Big contractors are connected with us, so it's like now it's like really a big issue. After almost 5 years, we succeeded to have 15,000 apartment buyers in Israel. That's not a small amount in Israel, and we are aiming to get 30,000 by the end of this year. I hope we will be able to do it. But as you can see, we are growing very fast, and it's very successful here. So my journey is to solve all these small issues, and how to do step by step many things. So
now, just for the context, so what I heard that you mentioned 5 years in the making, and now is sort of when you're actually now is when you're seeing this growth. How did you experience the first 4 years, or the first few years when there isn't growth and there aren't clients, and it's maybe even just you and Hanoch just really believing in this idea, but people aren't really biting on yet.
Yeah. It was a very difficult journey, and at first, the first year, the second year, we didn't have any clients at all. We didn't have apartment buyers. Nobody used this, and there were some periods that we thought we will close our business and it will not be successful, but we kept on going with very small development team, and we started to add more and more feature. It was difficult, but we both were very sharp-minded about what we want, and Eventually, it was successful, but I can say it was not so easy. And I worked hours. I worked sometimes 12 and 14 and 16 hours a day, so that just to fix problems and to see that everything is working well. And as we grow, we are enlarging our development team, and now it's more calm, but still lots of work.
So what are some interesting lessons to be learned here for young entrepreneurs that are on their journey as well, whether they're in the technology side or the business side, but they are going through a similar experience to what you're going through?
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes you can believe in some idea and you can stick with it for years and years and it will not be successful. I can say I had some projects I did before. I thought it would be very successful and it was a big failure and I invested money. Sometimes although you will believe it very hard, it will not be successful. You must know that 1 out of 100 will be successful, and you must try in different ways sometimes. Not the way that you thought from the beginning will be successful. Try to do it some differently, or try to change it as the market changes. So you must be very dynamic about your ideas and how you will
that makes a lot of sense. And going back to HomeConnex, so what have you learned now that you have 15,000 apartment owners and buyers working with your platform? Are there any interesting, patterns or in the prop tech space that you're saying like, wow, this is really cool. I didn't think this is how things are happening, 5 years ago.
Well, something odd happened in this growth. At first, all the contractors in Israel, in general, this market, it's very low tech. They are using papers and faxes, and they are not very high tech users or consumers. So I think what we saw is that as we are using this software and contractors are getting more and more high-tech, we are giving them tools to use to communicate with customers through apps, through notifications, through different ways they can use, and it makes it a lot easier for them, and they understand that high-tech, it's what they need to do, and not to stay with the folders and papers and call customers to come to their offices and they give them documents. Now it's more easy, and what we saw is totally we can learn this market to get to know new things and become.
And so that's actually, and so that's actually a really interesting point, because you're talking about really educating a market, and that's one of the challenges that we're talking about here. You have two-sided market. You have the consumers that are probably more tech savvy and they're looking for the solution, but then you have the other side of the marketplace, which is the contractors, and they are, they're not in the high tech scene, and they're used to working, like you said, with fax and papers. So what methods did you use to convince them or to work with them, to educate them that this is actually another possible way of working and it might actually be more efficient?
Well, actually, we didn't do it by marketing our app. It's just like going from mouth to ear. They saw it working somewhere. They're listening to some other contractor. They give you good recommendations, and they're okay. Let's try it. Anyway, it's free for contractors. They can use it freely, and our business model. It's not about contractors. It's about people who buy apartments. They will use our app to buy some products, and then we will earn some money. So it's actually it went from mouth to ear, and then slowly, many and bigger and bigger contractors heard about us, and they understand it. It they can profit from. They can let go some employees if they don't need them anymore. They don't need someone who gets a crowd. So eventually it was easier for them to understand it.
Now, what did you learn about yourself as over the last 5 years as you're, instead of working for clients, you're working for yourself in Hanoch? What interesting things have you learned about whether, intrinsic motivation or why you do what you do?
Well, my motivation is to create new things. When I create new things and I see them working, for me, it's like creating a baby. I understood that everything is possible. Everything, you cannot stop anywhere. Sometimes people will tell you it's not possible. You need to do like this, and this is how it will be possible to do it. But I understood. Don't listen to anyone. You just go your way and try to solve problems, not directly with. What everyone is thinking is good to do, but as you think you can do it, and
it works in the end.
I can tell you it works.
And I think that's one of the things that I just love hearing on the show over and over again. This idea that perseverance really does pay off. It may not pay off in the exact time that you expect it to, but if you persevere enough, then it will. And 5 years later, and you have 15,000 apartment owners on your platform, and you're expected to grow 100% beyond that this next year, which is that is just amazing. Haim, and I really want to thank you for coming to this show. I know that you're very busy, but I do have 3 last questions for you that are more fun and they're more about you. Are you ready for them? All right. So we'll start with your favorite subject in middle school or high school.
Well, I don't remember much about middle school. I can tell you about high school. I was always attracted to some technical and some math, and I learned chemistry in my late years in school. It was about physics, chemistry, and
amazing. And who is one of your role models or somebody that inspires you in some way?
Well, I think it will be my mother, because she's not with us anymore, but I think she taught me so much, and I learned from her that if you want to achieve someone, you must keep pushing, and you will get it in the end.
Amazing. And what are 3 words that you would use to describe yourself?
Wow. 3 words. Okay, let's see. First of all, I'm an entrepreneur with all my heart, and with everything I do. Also in my private life, it will be something that I need to accomplish, and some things I want to create. Second will be
what type of music?
Music. It's my second favorite subject. I was DJ once before. Pop, rock, almost everything. I like everything. Third thing, I'm a very quiet guy. I don't like to speak in public. I don't like to do podcasts or some interviews.
Well, Haim, I hope that it was okay, and I hope that I had a lot of fun, and I hope that you had a little bit of fun, and I learned a lot, and I really appreciate you taking the time to be here, and I like the calmness. I like the serenity that you portray, and I think that it's if I'm thinking about culture and if I'm thinking about leadership, that's one aspect of leadership that we don't see often, and so I really appreciate that. And Haim, stay safe and stay healthy. Good luck with HomeConnex from Jerusalem. Sounds like it's really, really great. Thank you.